in ceremony for Peace Corps Rwanda 6, Education Group 3. My name is Sarah Josephene, and I am humbled to have the opportunity to stand here before you on this very special day. I come from Chicago, Illinois, in the Midwestern part of the United States. I will be teaching English in the Musanze district. The tradition of service to one's country and to the world has been a byword in my family for generations. I can think of no greater fulfillment of that legacy than being a part of the Peace Corps family. Being a Peace Corps volunteer has been a dream of mine for many years, and it is with great pleasure that I am able to speak here today.
Hello, my name is Lyla. For me, Peace Corps runs in the family. My grandparents were posted in Lesotho, Kenya, and Jamaica, to name a few of the countries they worked in during their 13 years service after retirement. I hail from Rochester, New York, on the eastern coast of the United States, and I will be teaching computer science in the Bugesera district. It is my pleasure to be before you today, along with my 35 fellow Americans, not as trainees, but as Peace Corps volunteers.
Thank you to our gracious hosts, the people and the government of Rwanda. Thank you to President Kagame, the Ministry of Education, Ambassador Koran, and Madam Ambassador. Thank you to our host families and host communities. Thank you to the American government, which with the cooperation of the government of Rwanda, allows us to be here in service. Thank you to the Peace Corps staff and the current volunteers who have communicated their knowledge and experience to us. Thank you to our families back in the United States, without whose encouragement we might have wavered. Peace Corps training is unique amongst life experiences. When we arrived at staging in Philadelphia, all of us were present because we had the common wish to serve our country in the role of Peace Corps volunteer. We had the desire to go where our country, the United States of America, wished to send us, the willingness to serve under conditions of hardship if necessary, the basic knowledge to be a good and effective volunteer for Rwanda, and the drive to serve the interests of Rwanda at the behest and with the cooperation of its people. During the 12-week pre-service training in Kamoni district, we formed relationships with people we had never met previous to staging to achieve common goals. We worked in close proximity with trainees, host families, Rwandan communities, and Peace Corps staff from all over the world. And did we work? Through introductions to Rwandan culture, seminars on Peace Corps policy, weeks of preparation through teaching in a model school, and the hours upon hours of Kinyarwanda lessons. In all of these, we applied ourselves in developing the necessary skills, both language and technical, to succeed as volunteers. It was difficult at times to fully grasp what it would take to be a Peace Corps volunteer. It was difficult to stand in the market and bargain when we come from a culture that does not bargain. It was difficult to memorize 16 noun classes when English only has 2. It was difficult to comprehend the great responsibility we would have as teachers of a new language here. But we did it, and we did it because we dreamed about this day, some of us since we were children. We did it because we know there are cultures and peoples who have much to share with us, and us with them. We did it because we still believe in Peace Corps' proud 50-year legacy, and we want to be a part of it.
This milestone marks more than the passage of 91 days. When we stepped onto the tarmac in Kigali International Airport, Rwanda was completely new to us. Some of us had never before set foot in Africa. Others had never before left the United States. We were unable to cook or buy clothes or even speak the language. Bucket baths, ubugali, and twejoranis were a mystery to many of us. 3 months later, we can happily say that we are prepared and excited to spend the next 2 years living and working as teachers, co-workers, friends, and neighbors in communities around Rwanda. Training has been at times an incredibly rewarding, frustrating, and difficult process. But we have stuck it out, and that quiet fact speaks volumes about our commitment to the values of Peace Corps and the country and peoples of Rwanda. More than replacing the T with a V, becoming a volunteer is a statement from our teachers, the administration, and most importantly, ourselves, that we can and will meet the challenges and opportunities presented by our service. I have so much respect for each and every one of you for being here today, and I'm proud to call us the new Education Group 3 volunteers. But while it is important to recognize the struggle and commitment that each of the new volunteers has made to get to this point, this certainly wasn't a journey we made alone. One of the most important reasons I joined the Peace Corps was about understanding cultures different from my American upbringing. The level of understanding and appreciation we now have for Rwandan culture would not have been possible without the help and guidance of our host families in the sectors of Karama, Gaturabwenge, and Rukoma. I want to take a moment to commend the immense bravery of these families and communities that accepted us into their homes, churches, and schools. I speak from experience when I say it is difficult and at times frightening to leave your country, friends, and family. But it is equally difficult to open your home to a confused and bewildered foreigner. I am sure that aspects of our American culture were at times strange and incomprehensible to our host families. Regardless of these differences, our host families treated us with kindness and respect from the day we arrived in Kamodi and throughout training. You gave us a new home away from home. You shared your food, your churches, your chores, your weddings, and your conversation with us. You were our voice to the community when we were still learning how to talk. We will carry your Rwandan generosity, openness, and bravery with us throughout our service.
And while our services might differ, at the very heart of each of our services are the 3 Peace Corps goals as defined by the mission statement. The first goal is to help interested countries meet their need for trained men and women. The second is to help promote a better understanding of Americans on the part of the people served. The third goal is to help promote a better understanding of other peoples on the part of Americans. The Ministry of Education has requested, as part of Vision 2020, that Peace Corps provide technical assistance as Rwanda's educational system undergoes a transformation in both content and scope. It is an exciting time to be in Rwanda while these momentous changes are taking place. And as we have learned from our Rwandan communities through our participation in Umuganda, when we work together with our neighbors, big things can happen that benefit everyone.
Thank you again to the peoples of Rwanda for welcoming us here today. We will humbly endeavor to play our parts as English teachers, ICT teachers, and teacher trainers, as we ourselves receive a continued cultural education. After today, many of our paths will diverge. We will have different classrooms, secondary projects, and experiences. But ultimately, we know that everyone here, trainees, volunteers, host families, government staff from both Rwanda and America, is striving for the same principles of understanding, mutual respect, and peace. We've got a lot of people rooting for us, so let's get to work. Thank you. Murakoze.